Hey everyone, Ben Younson here. Recently, I've had a number of people asking me about this guitar, which is of course the Ibanez AM2000H guitar. I've been playing this guitar for almost a year now, and you would have seen me using this guitar in the vast majority of my videos right here on my channel. And additionally, outside of my videos, I've been using it for recording work. I've used it in some of my online courses and for a variety of other purposes as well. And I've really been so impressed with this guitar. So today, I want to tell you a little bit more about it. Specifically, 10 things that I love about this guitar. And before we begin, I should clarify that this is not a video that anyone at Ibanez has asked me to make. This is just in response to so many of you in the comments who have asked me a lot of questions about this guitar. So today, I thought I would address them. It would be fantastic if you could give this video a like and consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my upcoming playing videos, lesson videos, and discussions about music a bit like this one. And if you'd like to take your playing to the next level, join me at bensguitarclub.com, where you can check out my mini lessons, masterclasses, and bundle packages, including the BGC bundle, which features all of my mini lessons and masterclasses in one package. Let's get started with the first of 10 things that I love about this guitar. The AM2000H guitar is very much reminiscent of some of the beautiful Ibanez AM models from the early 1980s. But this particular guitar has a twist that I really enjoy, and that is that rather than being a semi-acoustic instrument, it has a full acoustic cavity inside, with the exception of a small piece of wood that sits underneath the bridge. I've actually never owned a guitar that had a full acoustic cavity before, and I find this instrument particularly interesting because it's a small-bodied guitar. Oftentimes you're more likely to see the full acoustic cavity present in larger archtop style guitars rather than smaller body instruments like this one, but I really love it in this case. Furthermore, it unquestionably adds a certain resonance which brings out more of an acoustic quality in the instrument. And as time has worn on in the last number of years, I've sort of felt an inclination to turn down the distortion a little bit and let some of the more acoustic qualities of the instrument ring out. You'll even hear that with most of my videos over the last couple of years, I've even included a microphone in most of my performances to capture some of the acoustic qualities of the instrument. And so far, considering the way that I play, in combination with this more acoustically focused approach that I've come to love more and more, I haven't found an instrument that has suited me better than this one. The second thing that I've come to love about this guitar is the weight of the instrument. This guitar typically weighs in at about 6 pounds and 4 ounces, or 2.83 kilograms, and for me, that's incredibly light. There are times in the past where I've used heavier instruments like a Les Paul, for example. In fact, I used a Les Paul on a number of the tracks on my album Ace, and I'll leave you to guess which ones had the Les Paul. For me, as much as I enjoyed the sound of it, it was a little too backbreakingly heavy and ultimately impractical for what I needed to use it for. And then in more recent years, I found myself drawn back to playing the Ibanez semi-acoustic guitars that I had played for years and years, and more specifically in this case, a full acoustic instrument. And I found that I could get a fuller, richer, more refined mid-range out of these guitars than I could out of pretty much any other guitar. But speaking more specifically about the weight of the instrument, something that I'm asked reasonably often is, does this guitar have neck dive? Even though you've mostly just seen me sitting down and playing this guitar, on occasions where I have stood up and played it, I haven't experienced this phenomenon at all. The next thing that I love about this guitar is neck shape. It's a very slim neck, and it really helps facilitate ease of movement around the guitar neck. And that's really important for me considering the way that I play. As I mentioned, it's a very slim 3-piece neck with African mahogany, roasted maple, and a bound ebony fretboard. And the neck is of course beautifully set into the body of the guitar. And most importantly, it's just very easy to play. I can get from one end of the neck to the next, and back again with incredible ease, particularly because this neck, for me, is just so comfortable. Next up, one of the things that I love about this guitar, which is mentioned frequently in the comments, is the beautiful abalone acrylic block inlays. I've noticed that they look particularly beautiful when I've zoomed in quite close, especially in long format videos, and you can really see all that light glinting from these beautiful block inlays. I've never really owned a guitar with such beautiful inlays, so I thought that it deserved a special mention. It really does speak to the incredible craftsmanship that Ibanez is famous for. Next up, we have the beautiful Super 58 pickups in this guitar, which in combination with the acoustic qualities of the instrument are just perfect for everything that I'm trying to do right now. I've found that these pickups in combination with the acoustic cavity really sound beautiful when I'm playing chords. Just a beautiful sound that speaks for itself. And if you'd like to hear a bit more of some of the pickup selection options that this guitar has to offer, make sure to watch this video up here. Next up, something that I really like about this guitar that I've never actually had before is the trapeze style tailpiece. More specifically, it is the AM2000H special tailpiece. I've only ever played guitars with the stop tailpiece, and people have warned me in the past that, oh well, if you get a guitar with the trapeze on it, it might not stay in tune as well. I have to say this guitar stays remarkably in tune. And I have a theory, I could be wrong, you can let me know in the comments, that this trapeze helps with the overall resonance of the guitar in a way that is quite different to the stop tailpiece. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. Speaking of staying in tune, a really important part of staying in tune is having great tuners on the instrument. And this guitar has Gotto 510 tuners. I believe the specific tuner is the SGS 510 tuners. And this combination of the Gotto tuners, the bridge, and the trapeze tailpiece has really been magic. I've been able to get some of the most beautiful sounds that I think I've ever achieved from this combination, and the guitar stays really in tune. And for those of you who've been wondering, I've been using 10 to 46 gauge strings on this instrument, which for me are not too light but not too heavy. They are just right. The next thing that I love about this instrument is the scale length. It's not too long. Now, I played 25.5-inch scale for many years, and there are many advantages to that, especially sonically. It has, I think, its own sound. But I really do enjoy this scale length a lot more, and that is 24.75-inch scale. I love the way it feels, I love the way it sounds, and in combination with all of the other technical aspects of this guitar that I've already discussed, it just works perfectly. I've had a lot of experience playing with many different sizes of fret wire, particularly jumbo frets, but after playing this guitar, it's going to be difficult for me to justify not using medium frets, which is exactly what this guitar has. And Ibanez has employed what they call the Art Star fret edge treatment, which in my experience means that the frets are beautifully smoothed off on the edges. These frets, in combination with the beautiful bound ebony fretboard, and of course the 24.75-inch scale length, are a fantastic combination, and it works great for me. Finally, something that is purely cosmetic, but I really do love it, and that is all of the gold hardware on this instrument. Especially in combination with these beautiful acrylic abalone block inlays, the gold hardware just really adds that extra level of class to this already stunning guitar. Especially considering I've used this guitar for a lot of videos. For me personally, if I can get the lighting just right, the way that the light reflects off these tuners or perhaps the trapeze tailpiece is really beautiful. Playing the AM2000H really is a classy affair. And that's it. Have you played this guitar? Let me know what you think. Perhaps you've played it and you had similar thoughts. Or perhaps you've played a different Ibanez guitar that you found to be more useful for the way that you play it. Drop a comment and let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like so that we can push it out to as many people as possible, and consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my upcoming playing videos, lesson videos, and discussions about music a bit like this one. And if you'd like to take your playing to the next level, join me at bensguitarclub.com. I'll see you next time.